Shalom, shalom, shalom. Greetings to everyone else who is looking at this video, and especially this video is come out of what we are seeing today in Israel from Hamas invading Israel, and lots of people have died on both sides. But I want to sort of go into the Bible more on the eschatology side of things and also the spiritual side of things, so that we can get comfort in reading what is going to happen. Because as of today, we have got so many things happening. For instance, in the United States, they are in the middle of the floods. Two cyclones they have met there, so it's battling them. In Afghanistan, they just had a major earthquake, and lots of people have also died. In previous week, we have seen in Libya a big flood killing people, and we have also seen people in the uh, coming across the Mediterranean and dying in Lampedusa. Lots of kids from Asia, Africa. So we are at a junction, not forgetting also the Russian and Ukraine war, which is being fueled endlessly, and they are killing each other a lot. So all of these things, they are just the indication of the what the Bible could say a woman in labor pains. We know this is the time when our King of Kings, Jesus Christ, is going to come and crush the head of that serpent, of Satan. This is mentioned in Genesis 3:15, which we are going to look at. Now, to start understanding why this is the prophetic time of what is being fulfilled from Isaiah 11, chapter 11, verse 14, we have to go back to start understanding where it all began, where it all started, where it's ending. So here I'm not going to be biased to Israeli, Pakistani, Russians, United States, Americans, the Muslim. I'm just going to lay it out flat the way it is. Everyone is accomplice. Me, you, everyone is accomplice. But we have to take caution from the Bible itself to what it's saying. Okay, so here for a few years I've been trying to write this book, do more research on it, but it's based on the day of Yahweh. Especially it's coming from Isaiah 34, chapter 34, verse 8. For it is the day of the Lord's vengeance, and the year of recompense for the controversy of the city of David or Zion. Now, this verse, there will be, in simple terms, there will be a day where God, Jesus himself, will be on earth fighting against the people coming against the city of David. Now, before I go further into this, let's look at Satan himself so that we can understand his strategy, the strategy of Satan. Then we might also understand some of the scriptures I'll be giving you. So let's go to where it all began. Now, it all began in heaven, as Revelation 12 chapter 12, verse 7 to 9, it says, "And there was war in heaven. Michael and his angel fought against the dragon. And the dragon fought, and his angels prevailed not, neither was their place found anymore in heaven." So the angels, there was a revolt, a coup, you could say, and some of the angels which were from the dragon side, this is Satan's side, were cast to earth. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent, called the devil and Satan, which deceives the whole world. He was cast out into earth, and his angels were cast out with him. I think 1/3 of the angels were cast out with him. What was his strategy now after he was uh, thrown out of heaven? He went to our lady friend Eve, the mother of all um, creatures as we know it. Eve. So Eve in Genesis 3, chapter 3:15, there is it's a verse which gives us what is going to happen in future, or God's plan. Let's go to verse 15 and see. "I will put enmity between you and the woman, and between your offspring and her offspring. He shall bruise your head, and you shall bruise his heel." Now, let's go into what transpired in this verse here, where Eve was deceived by a serpent. The serpent was very cunning animal already, or mammal, which was already in the garden. So it had already the acumen to capability to deceive, but it didn't deceive. It started deceiving when Satan, I they call him the old serpent, when was accepted by the snake to the snake in this sense was the agent of Satan and deceived Eve. So you could think of Satan being inside the snake talking to Eve, but Eve in physical form, she's looking at the snake. She's not looking at um, the one behind influencing the snake, which is Satan. But God knew who was influencing Satan. Hence, we see that in 15, he says, "He who shall bruise your head." Who is this he? This is Jesus, as we will see later on. Bruise his head. Whose head? That's Satan's head. So, "and you shall bruise his heel." So Satan will bruise Jesus' heel. When was all this happen? It's already fulfilled. That's why we have got the Genesis. So in Genesis 3:15, here you will strike Jesus' heel. This is on the cross. That's when it happened. Now, if we have to put dates here, we would see that from the flood, then we have got uh, Noah's sons populating the earth, dividing it into 3 portions. Then in about 35 CE, that's when Jesus was bruised for 3 days. So this is when he died. He was buried, but he resurrected from death. Now, in between here, we have got 70 AD. This is the time when the temple was destroyed. Then, after 70 AD, we have got the Romans still continuing, as indicated in the statue of uh, Daniel. I think it's Daniel chapter 2, as Rome towards the end, and then you have got the clay. So the clay here is the Muslim. So we'll go to look at it, and this is, we could say, the West and some of the Asia side, where they are still using things like the Senate, they are using the parliament. Mainly is the democracy. Anywhere you see democracy, just remember we are talking of Rome and the Muslims. So these two will come together. But the clay here, I'll go a little bit in depth in there, which is in Revelation on what it entails. So we know that Jesus, this was in 33 CE. So at 33 EC, it was done. Satan lost it. So Satan, he lost. Now we are beginning the era of Jesus here, where he has to crush the head. That's where we are going now, and that's what we'll be talking in this lesson. So let me clear the screen there. Now, what are the steps being carried out as of now? Now, the verse in 15 here, it is talking about the offsprings, her offsprings, and your offspring. So these are offsprings of Satan and offsprings of Jesus. So let's look into it a little bit quickly. Now I've got this chart. In this chart, I'm representing the 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 two seeds. Now these two seeds. So let me get a pen and color this. So the two seeds, we have got Adam here and Satan. But Adam brought the offsprings first, and Satan, what he is always doing is poisoning some of the seeds so that those seeds obey the commandment of Satan. So we had Abel. So this is Genesis 5, chapter 5, verse 4. We have got Abel. Then we have got Cain, where Cain killed Abel. So Cain is a representative of the seed of Satan, and Abel represents the seed of God. And then you see that as we go along here, we are getting like Lamech here, slain a man for no reason, and he is also part of Satan's seed. So people are choosing with their choice whether to be on Satan's side as a seed or to be on the God's side here. Now I've put verses here like Genesis 7, we can see and Genesis 10 up to Genesis here, which is 22, up to Noah. Now after Noah here, we have got now the giants also part of the Satan. Um, so these giants, they came out of the sons of God who mingled with the women of men, and then they produced this giant. Hence, we had the flood. And after the flood, we had now Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Now let's look more into the the flood itself, the verses for the flood for Noah before we look at Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Now, in Noah's time, there were two things which were more apparent, which caused God to destroy the world. The first of you, we find it in Genesis chapter 6, verse 11. It's talking about full of violence, war on the mind of everyone else. For example, in our day now, we have got Russia and Ukraine and as a proxy, and also United States fueling with weapons. They don't want to go to negotiating table. Russia has been asking to go on negotiation table for so long, and now they have captured some of the other areas like Donbass, Crimea before. So the Americans now, they are just want war. So America, Britain, France, Netherlands, they all, Poland, they are all itching to done away with Russia, as if it's similar parallel to the Holocaust, where the Jews were being killed day in day out, as we know as Holocaust. But the Ukrainians are also getting killed a lot, and some of them, they are in Europe. So the mind of just wanting war, like what we are seeing with Hamas and Hezbollah, all of them, they just want to fight. They just want to kill. This is a sign that now the atmosphere is more like in the Noah's time, that destruction is around the corner. And this destruction, if you are not of Jesus, you will be of the devil. You are going to get destroyed. There's two camps only. There's no one camp, but two camps. Whether you're Muslim, Buddhist, Christian, Catholic, you have to choose which side you are on this battle. It will be two sides, one for Jesus and one for Satan, as a Satan seed or Jesus seed. Now, the other thing which we also can see as part of that environment, or that the times of Noah before destruction are there. The sons of God married produce a mutation of the human. Now, in today's time, we have got DNA sequencing, changing the DNA. People are changing transgender. All of this is part of going against the principles of making a family, because the family is the one which can cure the sin we have got, that was mentioned in Genesis. And all of this sex, gender change, same marriage, is going against to destroy the family. So we have got now the environment where we are getting distraction. So let's proceed. And so here is in Genesis chapter 10, verse 5. There is, on that verse, it says, each in their land before the wars started, especially in the Middle East where we are looking at, the Noah had divided already where his three children will be. So Japheth took Turkey. Then we have Shem, which took the Saudi Arabia and near the just Saudi Arabia. So we have got Saudi Arabia and we have got other countries also in here, Oman, Dubai, all of them they are under Shem, including Elam. Elam is that's Iran now. And then we have got Ham, who is taking South Sudan, which is called Kush, Egypt, Put, which is Libya. Then you have got Canaan. Canaan comprises of supplies, the Philistines. The Philistines today are the people living in Gaza. You might David fight Goliath. Goliath was a Philistine. Goliath was part of also the Nephilim, the sons. He is from the seed of Satan, the giants. So the Philistines here, people in Gaza, they are descendant of those products of sons of God who married men in Noah's time and got destroyed. But the seed keep on going. That's why we have got the giant. So that DNA is still, even today, is still there. Some discoveries have been made in Brazil where we also have got the evidence of the giants. So Israel are in parallel or foreshadow of David. He's fighting Goliath again in Gaza. So this is very profound. Now, here we see that each nation here had their own area. But I think it was Cush who started attacking his brothers. Hence we have got the war. But if everyone else could have be in their place where they were given, then we won't have war. So let's look at how Abraham, because everyone else accept that most of the religion they stem from Abraham. So that's where we have to start from. But as you can see, they just accept Abraham, but they don't accept the facts which Abraham shows us. So this is Genesis 12, chapter 12, 1 to 3. So Abraham was born in Ur, and Babylon here, this is Iraq. So he traveled from Iraq, as you can see in the green line here, it's called the Fertile Crescent, into Canaan. So Canaan already was inhabited by the Philistines already. It's their land. But God took that land and gave it to Abraham. Hence, the people in Gaza, they don't believe, or the Palestinians, they don't believe that God gave that land to Abraham. So that is one of the argument which is going on, that it has to be two states solution as a solution to this land, which can never be, because that's God's land. God took it for himself and gave it to Abraham. But because they doesn't believe that, hence they are fighting it. And we'll see in the last verse what will happen if you curse Israel, what God will do. So Abraham, he walked and he also went to Egypt, and also came back and settled in the land of Canaan. So as you can see from the color coding here, which land is which. So let's go into the Abraham commandment, which, not commandment, but the covenant which God made with him. Unless God breaks this commandment, then Israel can be cursed. But there is nothing in the Bible which shows us that God has done that. So this we can find it in chapter 12, verse 1 to 3 of Genesis. Now it says, now the Lord said to Abraham, go from your country and your kindred and your father's house to the land that I will show you. This is when God gave Canaan to Abraham, because Canaan, they were doing idols. And I will make of you a greater nation. So Israel is a greater nation, whether you like it or not. That's what God is saying. And I will bless you and make you your name great, so that you will be a blessing. I will bless those who bless you. Hamas, Iran, Saudi Arabia, Iraq, Syria, Turkey, all these countries which are against Israel, whether it's from the two-state solution. So we are talking of Britain, even United States, they said, yes, you should have a two-state solution. Everyone who is for two-state solution, everyone who is against Israel, they will get cursed. They are of Satan's seed. I will bless those who bless you, and him who dishonor you I will curse, and pin you all the families of the earth shall be blessed. So if you bless Israel, you get blessed wherever you are. This is a fact. It's not negotiable. If you have got problems with it, take it to the take it to Jerusalem, take it to God, and argue with him. Me, I'm just a messenger here. So with this, with this, I thank you for viewing.